In this video, we're going to graph linear inequalities with two variables. So when we graph these are going to be on a coordinate plane, and we're going to have to shade where the solutions are going to be. Now, one thing to keep in mind is, just like when we did it on a number line, we used an open circle for less than and greater than, and we used a filled in circle for less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. You're going to do the same thing here, except for the line is going to either be dashed or solid. So we're going to be using a dashed line when it's less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Actually, a solid line. You're going to use a solid line for less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. Think of like you have the bar underneath the symbol. Think of that the same bar as our solid line. And then you're going to use a dashed line when it's less than or greater than. So for example 1, we're going to just graph the linear function of 2x plus 4. So I'm going to put a point at positive 4 on the y-axis. And then I'm going to use a slope of up 2 over 1 to plot points so you can see where my line is going to be. Now you only need to do 2 points. The more points you put, the easier it is to see our line. Since it's got the equal to, I know it's going to be a solid line. So I'm going to draw a solid line through these. Let me do that again. Make a better line. Okay, so our line would be here. Now it says it's anything less than or equal to that line. So less than or equal to, I would consider this less than or equal to underneath the line. So underneath the line would be everything underneath here. So I would shade everything underneath here and whatever's on the line. Now, if that is hard for you to determine, then you would just pick a point to put in for x and y. And as long as the line doesn't go through the origin, I would just use 0, 0. Now, for example, let's just say I wanted to choose to see if 0, 0 works. If I put a 0 in for y and a 0 in for x, does that statement still be true? 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 4 is 4. Is 0 less than or equal to 4? Yes. So wherever 0, 0 is, that's the side I shade in. Example 2. Here I have y plus x is greater than 3. I need to get y by itself, so I'm going to subtract x on both sides. And now I have y is greater than a negative x plus 3. So I'm going to put a point at 3 on the y-axis. I have a slope of negative 1, so down 1 over 1. So the line's going to look something like here. Since it doesn't have the bar underneath, it can't equal that line, I'm just going to use a dashed line. And this one says it has to be greater than or equal to. That means it's got to be above the line. Now to prove this, let's just say I'm using 0, 0 again. If I put 0 in for y and 0 in for x, is this true? Is 0 greater than 3? That is not true. So this side I do not shade. So what side do I shade? I shade the side above. So everything above the line would be a solution. Now to help you with this, if the line is going up like this, this is greater than this is less than. If the line is going down like this is greater than, this is less than. If it's vertical, this is less than, this is greater than. And if it's horizontal, we would have greater than, above, less than, below. So that is how you can graph linear inequalities with two variables on a coordinate plane.